Good morning, my dear students, and welcome to Digital World of Patania Public School. But in previous lecture, we learned what is CSS and three types of CSS: inline CSS, embedded CSS, and external CSS. In the continuation of this, now we learn multiple style sheet. Multiple style sheet. We have already learned three types of style sheet: inline style sheet, external style sheet, and the embedded style sheet. More interesting about them in this that we can use different types of style sheet together in one page. We use all these three style sheet in a single web page also. If some property have been defined for the same selector, what do we mean by the selector? We learn later. In different style sheet, the value from the last read style sheet will be used. Assume that an external style sheet, the name of the style sheet is mystyle.css, has been following style of for the heading 1 element h1 color blue. Here we define color is blue and we define in external style sheet. Then assume that in internal style sheet also has the following style sheet for the heading 1 element. Color is red. In external style sheet heading color is blue and in internal style sheet color is red. Example, if the internal style sheet is defined after the link to the external style sheet. Learn everyone this point here. If the internal style sheet is defined after the link to the external style sheet, the heading color is red then. The heading color is red. For example, HTML, how to implement the practically? HTML, then write down head, then we give the link of the external style sheet here. Then we give the link here. And in link, we write down link rel style sheet type is equal to text oblique css href is equal to name of the sheet, name of the css style. And then you define style. Here internal style sheet are there, style, and in style we define h1 color red. Now our heading color is red. But in external style sheet we define the color blue, but after that, after the external style sheet we define the color blue red, so our color is red. However, if the internal style is defined before the link to the external style sheet, the heading 1 element will be blue. Another example here, HTML head, here we define the embedded style sheet, and after that we define the external style sheet here. So our color is orange that time. So this is the multiple style sheet. Add to acknowledge, add inline style sheet has the highest priority and will override external and internal styles. External and internal styles. Clear everyone? Now we learn the syntax of style sheet, how to define these all formulas, all syntax, all CSS, how to define it. CSS syntax, very important this point here. CSS syntax. Everyone attention here. CSS provide easy and effective alternatives to specify various attributes for the HTML tags. Using CSS, you can specify a number of style property for a given HTML element. Now, everyone learn point properties. In CSS, we use the word properties, we use the word value, we use the word selector, and we use the word declaration also. HTML element, each property has a name and a value. every property have a name. Every property, like your color property, like your text property, like your font family property, every property, like your text align property, text declaration property, every property has a name and value also. Like color, color is your property and the name of the color is your value, and separated by the colon. You are separated by the colon. A CSS declaration always end with a semicolon. Always your CSS declaration terminated with, ended with the semicolon sign. And declaration block are surrounded by curly braces. And these curly braces is called blocks. A CSS rule contain two main parts. Learn everyone this point here. Every CSS have two main part. One is your selector part and second is your declaration part block. For example, you define H1 here. This H1 is your selector. This one is H1 is your selector. Instead of H1, you write down here P, anything you can write down here, any tag here. So H1 is your selector, and these all color yellow, font size is equal to 11 pixel. These all are your declaration. So two part of CSS rules are there. One is your selector and second is your declaration. In declaration, again two parts are there. In declaration, देखो, mainly two parts are there. One is your selector and second is your declaration. But in declaration, two parts are there. One is your property and second is your value. Property is the name of the property, name, any name. For like your in text property, your names are color, text align, text declaration. In font property, your names are your font family, font style, font size, these all. And after that, we use the colon sign. So learn everyone one point here. First you write down here H1, H2, anything. After that you use the blocks. You write down here these like blocks. This is your curly braces and these curly braces we call blocks. And after that you write down the name of the property here. You see here we learn already property has a name. So you write down name here. For example, we want to change the text alignment. Text alignment. So for text alignment, your property is text, T-E-X-T, text. And then you use the hyphen, then write down align, A-L-I-G-N, align, then write down colon. And after colon, you write down here left, right, center, alignment, and then you terminate it. For example, heading 2, you want to color, change the color, then you write down color. Color is the name of the property, and after that you use the colon, and then you write down here, for example, green, and then use the terminator. This is your property and value. So this H2 is your selector and this complete is your declaration. And this text color or align color and text align is your property, and this right and green is your value. So this is the declaration of the CSS. When you define the CSS, when you use the CSS, you declare like this. Now what is selector? We again brief it. Selectors are used to declare which of the markup element, which of the heading markup, your paragraph markup, which markup element in a style applies to. CSS selectors are used to define HTML element based on their name, class, attribute, etc. Selector are used to declare which of the markup element to a style to apply it, and CSS selector are used to find HTML element based on their name, based on their class, and based on their attribute. And declaration block, this complete is your declaration block. Declaration block can contain one or more declarations separated by a semicolon. This block consists of one or more property value pairs. And property, what do you mean by the property? A property is a type of attribute of HTML element. It could be color, border, font, text align, and your text duration, these all. And values are red, green, blue, left, right, center. These all are your values. Value are assigned to CSS property. In the above example, value is yellow, is assigned to the property color. Font size is the name of the property and 11 pixel is your value. Format, how to declare multiple property and value. Format is first you write down the selector like H1, P, H2, H3, anything. Then property 1, then use the colon, then value 1. For example, H1, then use the curly braces, then write down color, then write down value 1. Value 1 is, for example, in here yellow. Then use the terminator. After then write down second property, like our second property is text align. So you use text align, then you use the alignment here, left, right, center, and then use the terminator, and then close the block here. As we have already discussed above, example H1 color yellow, font size 11 pixels. A CSS always, and everyone learned this smart tip also, a CSS declaration always end with a semicolon, and the declaration group are always surrounded by the curly brackets. Always you, for example, you want to define the P, then you write down P here. After that you use the curly braces here or in the next line. And after that you define higher property, then use the colon, then define the value, and then write down the terminator here. So this is the declaration. How to declare CSS. CSS selector. Now CSS selector, we learn about the only CSS selector. And what is selector? This is your selector. This H1 is your selector. Okay. Here selector is very important. So selector are used to find or select the HTML element you want to style. We can divide CSS selector into 5 categories. CSS selector can be divided into 5 categories. One is your CSS element selector. Like H1, we write down directly H1, then we write down directly P. These all are your element selector. Second is your CSS ID selector. Third is your CSS class selector. Fourth is your CSS universal selector. And fifth is your CSS grouping selector. So first we learn about the CSS element selector. We have already discussed all the examples we have learned before are your CSS element selector. The element selector select HTML elements based on element name. Here all the P, H1, H2 element on the page will be center aligned with a green text color. When you write down P, directly write down your element name, and after that you write down curly braces, and then you define the property and value. This means your element selector. This is your element selector. Second is your CSS ID selector. CSS ID. ID always learn this point. The ID selector uses the ID attribute of an HTML element to select a specific element, specific particular element. The ID of an element unique within a page. So the ID selector is used to select one unique element. To select an element with a separate ID, write has character. Learn this point everyone. In ID selector, we use the hash character before the element, followed by the ID of the element. Like this, you write down hash para. Para means paragraph. Like same, you write down simple P, then you use the element selector, but you put the hash sign here, then you use the para. And now you use para in anywhere in your HTML file or anywhere in your CSS, including your HTML. Your all the formatting will be color green and text align is equal to center. Third selector is your class selector. Class. And class, what do you mean by the class here? Class is a group of objects, collection of objects. The class selector select HTML element with a specific class attribute. To select element with a specific class, write a period, dot sign. Learn everyone, when we use the element selector, we use directly name h1p. When you use the ID selector, we put the hash sign before the element name. When we use the class, then we use the dot operator here, dot character here. This dot is called here period character. And when you put the dot sign before the h1p any like this means your class selector. Here you use the center. When you write down here center, learn this point. In this example, all HTML element with class center. Now you write down every. Now you write down every element is combined with the class attribute. Now you learn here dot center curly braces, then you write down color green, text aligned center will be green and center aligned. You can also specify that only specific HTML element should be affected by a class. If you want to learn, you don't want to complete your CSS document or complete your HTML document color is green, you write down particular a fix element affected, then you use the P. First you write down the element name, then you write down dot, and then you center, right, left, you define anything. In this element, only P element will be class center. Now your P paragraph, only paragraph class will be centered, and your color is green and your text align is also centered. HTML can also refer to more than one class. In a in one document, you write down multiple class also. And your next selector is universal selector. CSS universal selector. This is your fourth selector. In universal selector, asterisk sign, your star sign, select all HTML element on the page. Here your all the element of HTML page will be formatted. The CSS rule below will affect every HTML element on the page. You put only asterisk sign when you, this sign, this star sign, this asterisk sign, and then you define simply CSS curly braces, then you define the property and then colon value and then terminator. And your fifth selector is CSS grouping selector. CSS grouping selector. CSS grouping selector, you add one or more, two or more element together. The grouping selector select all the HTML element with the same style definition. It will be better to group the selectors to minimize the code. To group selectors, separate each selector with a comma. For example, you want to write down H1 and comma H2, then you write down here with the comma, separated with the comma operator. So let us see here. In this example, we have grouped the selector from the code above. H1, H2, P3 elements are there, and we want all these three elements color is green and alignment is center. This is your universe grouping selector. So five selectors are there: element selector, ID selector, class selector, universal selector, and grouping selector. This is the declaration, this is the basic, this is the fundamental how to declare these css and how many types of css. Now the practical part will be started here. First is your text properties, your first property. Now we learn about the properties, your text property, your border property, your font property, like this, very simple. And now first we learn about the text properties. Formatting feature are used required to enhance the appearance of the text in a web page. In css, text property provide various formatting options to style the text in a web page. This text property work directly with the text. If you want to change the color of the text, if you want to change the alignment of the text, if you want to change the your decoration like underline, etc., then you use the text property. Then you use the text property. Using these property, you can change the color, text, and align, add decoration properties and more. Let us learn more text property. First is your color, second is your text align, and third is your text decoration. Color property used to set the color of the text, to change the color of the text. And colors property values always your color name, your red, green, blue color mode, your hexadecimal code. You write down, for example, hash and 4 times 000. This means your black color is there. So you write down any color code or color name or RGB color mode. Second property is your text align. Learn this point, everyone. When we write want to change the alignment, then you use text and then you write down hyphen align, and then you use the colon and then you write down the value, and your values are left, right, and center or justify. Four types of alignments are there: left, right, center, and justify. And if you want to change the decoration of your text, using text decoration property, the name of the property is your text decoration. Then you use the colon and then value, and the values are underline, overline, line through, blink, or none. If you want to write down the underline, then you use the underline. If you want to write down the throw line like this, then you use the line throw. If you want to blink, you are just your line will be blinking here, then you use the blink value. Let us understand how to use these property in HTML code with the help of an example like this. First you write down HTML head, title, and you use the CSS in head part. Then this is your embedded. This is your completely embedded style sheet. So you write down style type is equal to text oblique CSS, and then you start the body part, and in body part you declare color blue, text decoration underline, and we want heading 3, and adding 3 we want in center. Then after you close the style, here your CSS is completed. Then close the head tag and then you use the normal text of the HTML. So you see this is your output. Your next property is font properties. Next property is your font property. Attractive font makes our web page impressive and eye-catching. The font property. Font means formatting. If you want to change the formatting of your text, then you use the font property. Property are mainly used to format the text appearing in the web page, as these properties specify the font type. It particularly change the font type, size, and color text in the HTML. The different font property of an element are as follows. Like this, you see. From property, three main parts, three types: font family, font style, and font size. Font family, font style, and font size. If you write down the font family means your font faces Arial, Times New Roman, Thoma, Kundli, Hindi. These all are your font family. And how to declare it? You write down font, then use the hyphen, then use the family word, then you write down colon, and then write down any name: Arial, Black, Times New Roman, anything. And next is your font color, and for font color you write down font, then use the hyphen, then write down color, and then you write down directly red. And the font style, for style is used to change the size. Here basically here you use the size also, so use 10 pixels for example. Then close the CSS. So learn this point: font family property change the face of a font. Font style property makes a font italic or oblique. Font style. Here we use the 10 pixel. This is the wrong way. Here we use the font size 10 pixels. Instead of style, you use the size. If you use the style, then you use the italic and oblique. Font size. The font size property either increase or decrease the size of a font. The size can be specified in terms of XS small, X small, small medium, large, X large, XS large, smaller, larger, or pixels. So you write down your size in XX small, X small, small, medium, large. These are the value of your font size. X large, XX large, smaller, large, and you write down in pixels. When you write down in pixel, always you write down 10px, you write down 15px. So here you don't write down only number, you write down with number px pixel. Or you write down in percentage. For example, we want to write down 10%, so you write down in percentage also. So this is your wrong, you correct it here. Instead of style, you use the size here. And if you write down the style, then you use the property value is proper style property values is italic or oblique. If you write down italic here. And if you write down 10 pixel here, then you change the property, write down here size property. Clear? More than one font family is specified in a comma separated list. For example, if you want to write down your font face is Arial and Arial Black, then you use the comma operator with, for example, first you write down the selector, then you write down the property name, then you write down the value, for example, Times New Roman, comma, Times Serif. If the name of a font family is more than one word, it must in quotation marks. Learn this point, everyone. If you write down font family more than two, then you write down between the inverted commas. Like this: Times New Roman in inverted comma, then again inverted comma, start Times Serif, then inverted comma, close and terminated, and then you close the block. Thank you so much for watching this video. In next video, we meet with the border property.